the lost treasure of El Dorado, and it's brought us here to this tiny island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Let's get a closer look. I hope we're the first ones here.
Will we discover the ruins of a forgotten colony and a fortune in Spanish gold? Or does the island have darker secrets in store for us?
That should keep him from changing the channel.
Whoa! What the hell was that?
An anti-aircraft fire? This is so not cool!
Oh crap! We're on fire!
Enough with the damn camera! We gotta bail out!
Bail out? Does this thing even have parachutes?
Now would be a good time to look!
I hope these things still work.
We'll find out in a second.
Have you ever done this before?
Of course! You just jump, count to 5, and pull the cord. Now go!
Are you coming?
Kinda busy right now. Get going!
See you on the ground?
Right behind you!
Yeah. Okay.
What am I doing? Okay, you just jump, count to 5, and pull the cord. How hard could that be? Oh, crap! Shit. Whew. Hell.
Alright my friends, welcome back to my walkthrough for Uncharted Drake's Fortune. This is chapter number 4, Plane Wrecked. There are 10 treasures for us to obtain. The first one is right at the start of the chapter. You have to turn around to get it. This chapter is probably going to be a long one. As you know, I'm playing on brutal difficulty and this chapter is hard on brutal. But there's a few strategies that we can use to make things a little bit easier. So hopefully we'll get through. The second collectible is right here to the left side. Here it is in the corner. There's usually a treasure hidden near every single waterfall in this game, but that makes things easier for us. Okay, and now we're going to get the third treasure. We just have to cross a log, or actually we need to get the treasure before we cross the log, and then we'll have our first fight, but this one is very simple. Let's jump to the other side, and instead of crossing the log we're going to fall down here, and there we go. A gold frog. Makes sense. Okay, get ready to hide here behind this rock. We are going to wait for the enemies to drop down. As long as we stay behind this wall, we'll be okay. Let's make sure the guy can hit me. Now let's take care of the last one. There we go. 3 headshots. It's not a good idea to stand in the corner and shoot them on brutal, and even on crushing it's not a good idea because If all of them shoot at you at the same time and hit you, you'll die. There's another guy here, let's get him. There we go. Now we're going to use the same strategy once again, stand in the corner. Don't stay close to the wall because the enemy sometimes can still hit you when you do, and you're more covered if you stand like this. So you should always stay like this. Let's hit this guy with a melee attack now. Remember, you can do a brutal kill here if you press square, triangle and square again. If you do that, the game will reward you with more ammunition, even on brutal. So instead of getting 2 bullets, you'll get 4, for example. It's a method that works pretty well, and I recommend that you use it whenever you can, since, as you know, the enemies drop very little ammunition on brutal difficulty. Let's hide behind this wall right here. Let's shoot that guy. And now we're going to stay here for this entire sequence. Staying here makes this part a lot easier, because you'll notice that the enemies come running at you. So what you can do is stay here, wait for the enemies to get close, and I'm going to demonstrate right now. Finish them off with a melee attack. There we go. Let's get his gun. And we get a few extra bullets since that was a brutal kill. And now we're just going to stay here, like I said. Yes, it's a little bit time consuming, but on brutal, whatever strategy you can use, you should use it. If you can explore the enemy's AI, then you should make sure that you use all the strategies that you can think of. And this strategy, like I said, works pretty well. Let's take care of this guy. There we go. And now the last guy will move forward. They will always come one at a time, so that makes things easier. Because on brutal difficulty, the AI, even though you can die a lot more easily, 1 or 2 bullets is enough to kill you from any gun. The truth is that the enemy's AI is just as dumb as any other difficulty. And let's hide again, otherwise I'll die. There we go. And now we just need to move forward a little bit for the second wave to come. So let's go back into hiding now. And we're going to repeat the same strategy. It works pretty well, as you can see, because you can get the enemy before they can kill you. There we go. And remember, press square followed by triangle and square again, and you'll gain extra bullets. And on brutal difficulty, you really need those extra bullets. Let's get this guy. Oops, he almost got me. I should have hit him a little bit faster, but that's okay. And that was with a single bullet. With a single bullet, I was in the gray area, and I would have died for sure. Let's get this guy. There we go. Few extra ammunition as well. There we go. And now we're going to go around. There's another soldier or another enemy standing up there. They're not soldiers, they're pirates. There we go. Blow up the barrel and kill him. And now once again we're going to hide here. But now I am going to lean myself against the wall because there's a guy with a shotgun. And I'm going to take care of him before he gets too close, just to be on the safe side. You see, a single shotgun bullet will kill you, even from that distance. So I rather not risk it, and I rather make sure that the guy does not have enough time to get close to me. I'm not too worried about using the AK-47 ammunition here because I'm going to pick up the shotgun that the other enemy dropped, so we'll be good. Let's just get that guy. There we go. And there should be another one. At least I thought there would be another pirate. Oh, there's one more for sure up there. And I need to get him. For now I can use the AK-47 because since I'm not going to use it, and since the enemy is up there, I rather use the machine gun, obviously, since shooting an enemy with a shotgun from afar won't really do me much good. I just need to make sure I can see him. I need to be very careful here, because if I'm in his range and he hits me with 2 bullets in succession, I'm dead. And I really don't feel like restarting this segment. Okay, I think he's behind that pillar. Yeah, there he is. Let's see if I can get him from here. Just going to get a little bit closer. Goodness, you're still alive? Talk about resilient. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating how it can take so many bullets to take care of a standard enemy. And I think he killed himself with that grenade, but... And yet on brutal difficulty, a couple of shots and Drake's done. Now we're going to get treasure number 4. We're going to move up through this pillar right here. Every time you pass a certain area, you should really consider it a victory on brutal difficulty. At least that's how I see it. So we got the ring, and now get ready to take care of the next wave of enemies. This one isn't easy, but again there's a strategy to it. So the first 2 enemies, we're going to stay right here and shoot them. Well, that was a waste of a grenade, wasn't it? I guess that guy must have weak arms. There we go. And now as soon as you break open the gate and move forward a little bit, the next wave will come in. So we're going to back out and we're going to stay here. Right here. And the first guy will always come running, so we're going to shoot him. There we go. Let's use a grenade to take care of that one. And the next one will be coming soon. Ah, that grenade missed, unfortunately. Let's get him. There we go. Okay. Let's get that extra grenade. There he is. Headshot, come on. Oh. There we go. As you can see, this method works pretty well. You're very well covered here. And these last 2 enemies shouldn't move forward. So we just have to wait for an opportunity to get them. That guy over there in the distance, he glitches out a lot. One moment he's there, the other he isn't. It's like he keeps disappearing. That's something that I noticed with Uncharted Drake's Fortune more than I've noticed on Drake's Deception and Among Thieves. There's a few glitches that I've come across in Uncharted Drake's Deception, or Drake's Fortune actually, where Drake, when he jumps, sometimes he gets stuck in the middle of the air. Sometimes enemies, if they're too far away, it's like they appear and disappear, not being able to pass through there, for example. There's a few issues here. And when you're playing on brutal difficulty and you really can't afford to have that many mistakes because you die so easily, it's frustrating how the gameplay mechanics can get in the way sometimes. So let's step inside, and now we're going to back out once again, and we're going to hide behind this pillar. And once again here, the enemy will come rushing forward. So they'll come one by one, so we can just shoot them one at a time. One little piggy. Where's piggy number 2? 2 little piggies. Three little piggies. Here comes the guy with the shotgun. Piggy number 4. There we go. These guys aren't very smart though. And once again we're going to stay behind. And there we go, that should be all of them. Like I said, they're not very intelligent, but that's a good thing for us, because it allows us to explore their stupidity and plan a strategy based on that stupidity, so that's good. Here's collectible number 5. We're getting a lot of rings here. And now we need to jump to the other side. This next area, once again, is pretty simple. But the next area after this one, now that's going to be frustrating. So for this next area, as you can see, we're not going to cross to the other side. Instead, we're going to stay here. Press X lightly to grab onto the ledge and throw a grenade. Hopefully that will kill at least one of them. And now what's going to happen, we're just going to wait, because once again all of the enemies will come one by one in the direction of Drake. However, here's the funny part, they don't drop down if you drop down. So let's take this guy for example. We're going to stay here. He can't hit us because he's shooting at the ground, so none of his bullets are going to reach us if we stay close to the wall, but they leave themselves wide open for a headshot, and that really makes things a lot easier. Here comes number 2. And now let's wait for idiot number 3. It should be a guy with a shotgun. There he is. Yes, keep shooting the ground. You're doing a great job. That's just how the AI behaves, and it really makes things very easy for us here. Let's get that guy. There we go. And I think that's all of them. So now we can go ahead and get treasure number 6. It's kind of well hidden because it's in the opposite direction from where we need to go. And it's all the way in the corner, so let's go ahead and grab it. It's in the middle of the trees here in the corner. There we go. And now this next section, my friends, be prepared because you might die a lot.
Cherry.
On brutal difficulty, you can die before you even get the chance to do anything. And that can be really frustrating. So let's jump to the other side here. Be careful because this rock's going to fall. And now be ready. We're going to quickly jump to the top platform up there. Don't look back even if you get hit once. Don't worry. There we go. See? I was lucky. I was very lucky. Because if 2 bullets hit me at the same time, I would have been dead by now. And that's the problem that I've been talking about. I thought that grenade might hit them, but it probably won't. No. As you can see, the issue here... I don't think I'll be able to hit them with a grenade. I'm trying it for the first time, to be honest, but that doesn't work. So we'll have to shoot them the old-fashioned way. So This segment is a pain on brutal difficulty. What we're going to do here, whenever one of the enemies switches the magazine of his handgun, we're going to shoot at them, because that's really the only time that we can shoot at one of them. Otherwise, if we try and fire at them while both of them are shooting at us, I guarantee we'll die super quickly, and yeah, it's just hard. It really is. So wait for them to switch their magazines, and while they're switching, which is hard because they switch their magazines very fast, but when they switch, just shoot them, and once you take care of the first one, then you won't have any more issues. Unfortunately, like I said, since on brutal difficulty you die with 1 or 2 bullets, you can be killed even before you manage to jump on top of the platform. You really can't wait. Now you might be thinking, well, why can't I stand on the ledge of one of these smaller platforms and shoot the enemies from that position? You can, but remember that you'll have to stick your head out to shoot at them if you're standing on a ledge, and you leave yourself wide open. Plus, sometimes even when you're standing on a ledge, you can still get hit, even if you don't have your head sticking out. So I always recommend that you try and jump to the platform above. And now for that guy, we're just going to shoot the tank to take him out. Let's just wait for him to stop shooting, and there we go. I'm actually glad this section is almost done, because for me this is the hardest part of this chapter. I had to practice a few times before I could get it right. And now we're again going to stand here in the corner, going to use the walls to our advantage. Let's just wait for the guy to stop shooting, and there we go, he leaves himself wide open. And now let's take care of the other guy. I just wasted a few bullets, but that's okay. Now we're going to get collectible number 7. Let's jump up, push this log down, there we go, and now let's get the treasure. It's right here in the corner. There we go. It's a little alien. And now up we go to the other side. That was a weird transition. You ever noticed how sometimes Drake kind of teleports automatically? Sometimes his legs stop moving as well. It's like he's floating across the map. It's kind of weird, but it's happened to me a few times. It's only happened on Drake's Fortune, however. Okay, so we're going to hide here. I'm going to have to try again. What happened was that I decided to stick my head out a little bit too soon. The enemy saw me and I was dead before I knew it. I got hit with a couple of bullets and that was that. So that's why I have to restart this segment. A good thing about restarting a checkpoint, however, is that you get a few handgun bullets back, which is pretty good. It makes things a lot easier. But like I was saying, this section can be troublesome because we have to face multiple waves of enemies. However, if you move to this area, you will only have to worry about that guy because the other two enemies will be blocked and they won't be able to shoot you as long as you stay behind this wall. Let's take care of the other guy now, and now we just have one more left. Let's wait for him to stick his head out. So unfortunately, as soon as you finish off that wave of enemies, a second wave of enemies appears. I was lucky there because if they had shot at me at the same time, I would have been dead by now. Like I said, it might take you a few tries to get this section down, even when you're careful. What are you doing, Drake? It's annoying when I don't command him to lean against the wall and he still does. Like I said, it's those gameplay mechanics that can get in the way. There's going to be another enemy though, and that guy has a shotgun, so we need to be very careful here. Take care of him. That's what you get. And there we go. This wave of enemies is taken care of.
Doesn't look good.
We have to explore the plane now. And then, believe it or not, we're not quite done here yet. There's still a lot more enemies left for us to take care of. But first, like I said, let's go ahead and move up. However, the next section is going to be a lot easier than this one.
Sweet. Oh no. Elena.
Okay guys, so as we move down, the next wave of enemies is fast approaching. But this next section is going to be a lot easier. We're going to hide right here. These two boxes, believe it or not, will provide you perfect cover against the incoming enemies. And we're just going to once again repeat the same strategy and shoot them off with our shotgun as they get close. However, not all enemies will run towards you. Not all of them are super stupid, and I can't believe I just wasted a shell like that. That's not what I wanted to do, and that grenade is too far away as well. That was a mistake on my part. Oh well. Fortunately, we can still stay behind cover here, and since they're so close, we can shoot them pretty easily. And two of them, let's see. Unfortunately, one of them ran away before he could be killed by the grenade, but the next two enemies, they'll stay back there, so we can just shoot them off from afar. Come on. There we go. And now guys, quickly pick up any weapons that you want. I recommend that you pick up the shotgun. And once again, we're going to hide behind these two crates right here. because the next wave of enemies is coming. Yes, there's another wave of enemies. And here they are. And there's two guys with shotguns here. Let's take care of this dude. Next. I hate wasting shotgun shells. I should have just thrown a grenade, but at least they're weaker now, since I already hit them once. There we go. Only two left. And I have just enough bullets to do this, I guess. You're down. One more. That's what you get. Okay, now we're going to collect any ammunition that we can. Not that there's a lot for us to collect, unfortunately. I guess none of them have any handguns, and this is too far behind. So yeah, we're going to move to the next section now. There's a treasure for us to collect. Actually, there's still 3 treasures left. The next one is here in the corner, but before we get it, we're going to stick close to the wall here. There we go. Don't worry too much about that guy, he will be automatically killed by that trap. And here is treasure number 8. There's still 2 more treasures. Let's see what he dropped. 1 bullet, thanks a lot. And we're almost done with this chapter, which is great. I never want to play this chapter again. At least not on brutal. Maybe after I complete this game on brutal, I'll come back here on like easy difficulty and just go wild and get my revenge on the pirates. Let's move to the other side. And we're going to take care of the soldiers first, and then I'll worry about the treasures. So we're going to start by using melee combat to take 2 of them out. Take them out by surprise. There we go. Now let's get his friend. There we go. And there's a guy with a grenade launcher over there, so let's shoot him in the head before he can fire at us, otherwise we're dead. And let's blow up that barrel now. Take care of those 2. Is the other dude still alive? Yes, he is. Yeah, if I were you, I wouldn't laugh. That's what you get. There we go. Well, that was a waste. And now let's grab the M9 and get ready, because there's going to be a small explosion here. That was another weird transition, that's annoying. If you shoot it in the center over there, that will trigger the traps. Get ready to dodge! Goodness, that was a close one. Oh boy. That was a very close one. If I didn't have that shotgun right now, I would have been dead. Once again, the enemies will come towards you. But in this section sometimes they come 2 at a time, so that makes things harder. But if you stay behind this wall, you'll see them coming and you can shoot them rather easily. Let's get that last guy. Okay, I took another risk here. It's not a good idea to run against an enemy on brutal difficulty. Yep, you're down as well, 1 more. You're in the corner so I can get him. There we go. So let's get a little bit of ammunition here. And we're going to use this area for cover. Move a little bit forward and the next wave of enemies will appear. And guess what, guys? This is the last wave of enemies, so at least they're dead. And we're going to hide here. This area gives us a perfect place for us to shoot the incoming enemies. There's a guy with a shotgun, we need to dispose of him. And he doesn't come alone, as you can see, so we don't want him to get close. Let's take care of that guy now. He's going to try and flank us, but that ain't happening. That was a waste. And here come his friends, so we need to be very careful here. One headshot, okay. Let's take care of him now. Just move forward. There we go. And now let's get him as well. And is there another one? There should be another one. I guess not. So that takes care of all of them, my friends. So I'm glad that section's over. So we're going to get collectible number 9. It's not on this corner. My mistake, it's on the other corner, so let's turn around. And pick it up, here it is, there we go. And before we conclude this chapter, there's one more treasure for us to obtain. So we need to go back and be very careful not to trigger any of the traps here, because it would kind of suck if you died so close to the end. I would believe it myself. So we're just going to move very carefully here. Make sure we don't trigger any of the traps. And there we go. So let's get that last treasure. Treasure number 10 on this chapter. Totally not worth it. And there we go, my friends. This is the end of this chapter, a very hard chapter, but in the end, with a little bit of planning, you'll get through it sooner or later. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you all later for chapter number 5. Take care, my friends.